What's going on, guys? My name is Joey Franzo with Flex Training Systems, and today I'm going to be talking about Raw Nationals and hopefully, if you're on the fence, maybe you're not sure if you should do it or not, give you some pros and cons and help you decide whether or not that's something that you want to do. I also thought this would be a good warm-up for me because I'm filming another podcast today, and got to get those vocal cords ready to go. For those of you that want to see something other than just images on a screen for audio only, I did record a bench workout. I'm not sure how long it's going to be, but the program that I used to use to edit the videos is no longer supported by Windows, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to edit this video so you guys aren't looking at me walking over to the bench, laying down, and then, all that other stuff you don't need to see. Anyway, let's get right into it. Raw Nationals is like 6 months away, a little under 6 months, and it's in Florida this year. So if you're on the East Coast, which a lot of you guys are, I feel like powerlifting is really big on the East Coast compared to over here in Los Angeles, where nobody cares about powerlifting other than if you're at Barbell Brigade. Uh, you know, it's more expensive for us for sure, and that's something that if you are local, that plane ticket is not that cheap. If you have a hookup, I would say it's probably going to be a good national, but I was looking at prices with my girlfriend and for both of us to go, and for all the days that I need to be there, it's going to be it's going to be $2,000 at least. But I mean, I got to be there for my people, and I'm obviously very invested in powerlifting, so I'm going to be there no matter what. So if you're someone like me who, if you're trying to be a coach, if you are a coach, if you have lifters to take care of, or you just want to, go out there for those reasons, then definitely you should be there. One of the things that I did when I was coming up is I tried to be everywhere. I was at every local meet. I was at every, I was at national meets, even if they were in other federations. I was just everywhere I needed to be. Tried to show my face as much as I could, build as many contacts as I could, to help kind of lay the groundwork. So if you're one of those dudes that's up and coming, you should definitely be there. If there was ever a meet to be at, this is the one. But price is something to consider. Obviously, like I said, if you're on the West Coast, it's going to be expensive. But if you want to look at it kind of the way that I'm looking at it is, yeah, it's really expensive this year to go all the way over there. But next year, it's going to be on the West Coast. So it'll kind of even out. It'd be like having two nationals in the middle of the United States as opposed to one super far and one really close. I know a lot of you guys have already told me that you're planning on doing 2018 Raw Nationals, and that's great. If that's the plan, then save your money, especially West Coast peeps, and just do that one. If you're in the middle of the country, then you kind of get the best of both worlds. So aside from just monetary reasons, obviously, it used to be the money that I would put out to travel to these events, I would make back through, just new clients signing up or whatever. But I am still taking clients, but it's very slow now. Like I may take one or two people a month, just depending on how many people I have, at the time. Last week was like one of the hardest weeks for me just because I think I did like a record number of trainings in 1 week, but I got through it. April was really hectic. And I'm not complaining. I enjoy what I do, so it's all good. But if there's going to be a very small percentage of you that this applies to, but if you are selling some sort of product, and you need to be at Raw Nationals to kind of promote it, then obviously you want to be there if raw lifters are what you want to appeal to. But yeah. So money stuff aside, let's say money's not a thing for you, and you're just kind of deciding like, hey, should I go to this meet? What's the incentive? Raw Nationals is the most competitive meet that I know of. It's even more competitive than our Worlds. Um, a lot of the time because you have, United States is so stacked in every weight class that you might have, like for 105s, we might have 5 guys that could do good at Worlds, but only one of them gets to go. So it becomes incredibly competitive to try to fight for that one spot. That being said, during prime time, you have just like crazy matchups, crazy scenarios, just epic deadlifts, like things going on that you don't really get to see because there's a lot on the line. You can really feel like there's a lot of pressure on the line. Even though there's no like money in it, you're not winning money, but just the honor of winning at such a big meet means a lot to a lot of people. Um, and if you're a competitive lifter and you have a chance to place top 5, then you got to be there. There's like no, I think from my perspective, if you care about powerlifting and you can top 5, you got to be there. Obviously, it'll be up to you to make the decision if you can get off work or whatever. But doing well at nationals is something that it's gonna stay with you forever. And even if you are spending a lot of money to go out there, what do we do with money in general? What is money? What the heck is money for? It's to help us live, obviously, and sustain ourselves. But that extra money that you have um, can be used to give you an experience that you couldn't put a price on, so that later down the road, when you look back at your life and you say, what did I do that meant anything? You can be like, I competed at that one run national where I did really well, or I was a part of something special. Like for example, last nationals, I witnessed I witnessed Ray squat 1,000 pounds. Um, you know, was it 1,000 pounds or was it 960 something? Regardless, it was a shit ton of weight. I did see him squat at the Arnold too, so I saw him. I think it was at nationals. 1,000 pounds was at nationals, and he did 1,000 something at the Arnold. But I saw them both, and I was there for both. So if that means something to you, then boom, you get to say you did that. I was handling during that 93 session, the epic fight between Jesse and Dave Ricks. Jesse, he had a bad shoulder that day, so his bench was not there at all, and he had overcome some adversity in the deadlift and just being put on the back foot for a second there, where somebody is kind of pressuring him to perform, and the judges being, just almost unreasonably strict with him. It was a very just like I'm gonna remember that experience forever, and I'm happy to have handled a legendary lifter like that, and a very that was like the first meet where Dave Ricks kind of just ascended, where he blew everybody's mind, and he just like came out of the woodwork. You have this older guy putting up these big numbers, who's I mean, obviously Jesse is far from his best, but uh, for that day during that 93 session, it was kind of hectic. So, the money that I spent to be there, I'm like, hey, it's totally worth it. I got to be a part of something special. So that's another perspective. If you want to watch, even if you were just spectating that session, I can only imagine. Like the crowd was crazy. Like the crowd was absolutely nuts. It was an electrifying atmosphere, and I think those close matchups are like if there ever was a meet that was going to be a spectator meet, like a meet where people want to go, that you want to see. They say powerlifting is not a spectator sport. Prime time at Raw Nationals, I'm telling you, is going to have like those are the matchups you want to see. Those are the guys that even if they're not the best, there's still good lifting going on. There's quality lifting going on. There's guys that have their shit together, and it's a really just like fucking top end lifting that you don't get anywhere else. I can confidently say you don't get anywhere else. IPF Worlds has some prestigious lifting, but it's a very different tone. It's like a little more strict. Um, but I think this Worlds is going to be probably a little different just because there's a lot of the talent pool is a little bit deeper, but uh, we'll see how it goes. But Obviously, I didn't think it was enough to spend the money to go out to Belarus. I mean, Russia is just a whole nother thing right now, so we're not gonna mess with that. But if you're worried about the money and you want to be a part of something special, then I think you should go, especially if you're gonna watch that primetime session. If you want to be there in person, if you're a true fan of the sport, if you are thinking about competing, and you have, there's no reason for you to, um, like you're just you're not going to be place top 10, and you're not going to be in that prime time, and you're just lifting just to kind of see how you want to do, but money is kind of like a thing. Then maybe you might want to hold off. Do nationals when it's a little bit closer to you. Um, there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. But they did increase the price this year, which I was a little sad to see. It's 125. Um, so I would expect this meet to be ran very, very well if that much money is going to be poured into it. I'm hoping that the production is nothing short of what we see at the Arnold, and I know that they are taking notes and hopefully just evolving each time to try to make the sport better and better, especially at these big meets where um, we get to see these matchups that we don't get to see anywhere else. And you're gonna hang out with all your friends from Instagram that are powerlifters. You're gonna see all your all your internet friends, and it's always a good time when you get to see those people that you care about in person. Even if it's temporary. So there, I could go on this topic forever. Actually, this is the second time I'm filming this because I just went on forever and I was all over the place in the last one, and this could literally be like 10 videos. I'm sure I might do another one closer to nationals, but yeah, guys, I hope that helped you decide whether or not you should show up at Raw Nationals um, or not. Like I said, if you're a competitive lifter, you got to be there. There's no other meet that you need to be at other than this one, besides your qualifying meet. But if you didn't know, Raw Nationals qualifies you for Raw Nationals. I will try to link some of the info to Nationals down below. And yeah, guys, I hope you're able to take something away from this. If you did, go ahead and drop a like, and I'll talk to you in the next one.